Hello, today I'll be walking you through a build I came up with, and it easily makes Lucio the most broken support in Stadium. Now, at first glance, you'll see I have 700 HP, and you might think, oh, this is just another tank Lucio build. And you would be wrong, because I have 95 ability power, that with 700 HP. So that makes him become a tank, an assassin, and a support all in one. And if a Genji tries to dive you, move one, twice, and you literally one-shot him for full HP. This build does a total of 273 damage with 2 boops. So you can one-shot any squishy in the game. Minus Reaper because he has like 300 HP, but you can kill basically any support and the majority of the DPS just on your own. Alright, let's walk you through the build and what makes it so strong. So, the first power we'll be taking is Crowd Pleaser. This power will generate you so much healing and cash throughout the entire game. And this scales with ability power, so the more ability power you have, the more healing you'll be doing. The second power we'll be taking is the Double Boop, which works extremely well with the Crowd Pleaser since you'll be doing more healing, and you'll be doing a lot of damage and peeling with this. Now the third power is Wall Vibing, and you'll understand in a bit why we are taking this, but this makes you basically unkillable. Throughout, like as soon as you get this, throughout the entire game, you'll be unkillable. And lastly, we'll be getting Let's Bounce. This will give you that late game burst damage and additional peeling as well. Now for the build, I usually take purple items on round 3. The major 2 items I buy early on are Vitality combined with Crusader Hydraulics. These 2 will make you exceptionally tanky and be able to pump out more healing. Since you are alive more, you pump out more healing. Then, the purple items we'll be taking are Lumiere Fusion Drive. This works exceptionally well on Lucio, because every time you use Boop, it will heal the armor that you have, and this build has a ton of armor, so it'll be giving you so much sustain and survivability. Plus it gives you 15 ability power and 50 base armor, which makes you super tanky at the same time. The second item I always get is Sonic Recharger. It gives you so much freaking stats early on. This basically gives you 100 health and 10 ability power. And you just need to wait a bit of time to overheal yourself. And this usually happens like whenever you're running around or going from base to objective. It's just so insanely good early on. Like a typical build early on would be like this. Both 2 ability powers and all these items. And with this build, it generates so much cash. You'll be having like 80 to 100,000 cash per game. Easily. Like you don't have to do anything. Alright, the third purple item we'll be getting is Iris, which helps you out a lot in farming more cash since it gives you a ton of stats. And when you get these 3 items, beside with these, you'll be like, this is like one of the biggest power spikes you'll be having. Of course, the biggest power spike will be with all the powers and items later on, which become like an unkillable beast. But this is what like the biggest power spike mid game. Then a fourth item, we go Champion's Kit. Sometimes I go Champion's Kit and sometimes I go Divine Intervention. The order differs if I'm being bursted down and they have a lot of burst damage. But most of the time, I just go Champion's Kit for the extra cash farm. Because if you get this first, the next round you'll be able to buy these 2 most likely. Divine Intervention and Catalytic Crystal. This item will help you generate a ton of ultimates late game. Like you'll be getting 4 to 5 ultimates per round with this item. Alright, that pretty much summarizes up the build, and I got to Legend with this build extremely easily. Like, I would be going on like 10 games winning streaks and stuff like that, because the enemy team cannot do anything about this. Like, the DPS cannot kill you, the tank cannot kill you, you just in their face all the time. And whenever you one-shot them, as I demonstrated earlier, they'll be terrified of you the entire game. And every time you go on their backline, the entire team tries to kill you, and you can just wall ride out of there very easily. Like, Lucio has insane movement speed, and thanks to the tankiness and the wall vibing power, this will heal you so freaking much when you're moving around. Like, that combined with divine intervention, it just generates so much HP and tankiness. And while all that is happening, you're healing your team in the same time with the aura. You're just basically a menace. Alright, if you enjoyed the build, let me know. And if you'd like me to make builds for other characters, I'll be more than happy to. Alright, take care, see you next time.